And earlier today, Andrea addressed that in one of her live streams, and she talked about Vaughn's family, and she said, why do you want to insert people into his life that he doesn't want to be a part of? Why are you trying to force people into his life that he didn't? Why would you want to force people into his life that he didn't want to have in his life? Why would you believe people that weren't part of his life? And why is it that just because he didn't talk about the fact that he was struggling with depression or whatever was going on with him, she said he had been struggling for weeks, but she didn't talk about it publicly because that's not what her platform was built on. So anyone trying to imply that she did this to him, it's just so beyond the facts. The police report is very clear. She had nothing to do with this. On top of that, now people acting like she's lying about this current situation with him being in the hospital. This is a man that's under the care of doctors and in a long-term care facility. Do you really think she has anything to do with his current situation? It's ridiculous. If you want to support her, it's one thing. Go ahead and support her. You don't have to agree with her. There's things that she says that I don't agree with. There's steps that she takes in her life that I don't agree with. But that's the beauty of the internet. You don't have to watch someone that you don't like. And if someone's going to trigger you to the point that you feel a sense of like retaliation against them, where you're going to try to interfere in their private lives, maybe you should just take a step back. When I was covering it, I was trying to get people to not call CPS. I was trying to tell people not to go to her house. I was trying to tell people don't go real life. I'm not going to make any comments about his current medical situation. I'm not going to speculate on what's happening with his life. I'm not going to say anything about what's happening between Dre and her parents or his parents and what's going on with Vaughn. She's come back to her platform. If you want to hear it from her, watch her. But don't add fuel to the fire. I already saw that as soon as she went live, people were accusing her of just coming back for money. She was very clear that this is what her job is. She is an influencer. She has a platform of 647,000 people on her Facebook. She's got over 100 grand on her Instagram. She makes her money as a makeup influencer. I mean, that's what she does. If you could make money being a makeup influencer and just talking for your living, wouldn't you want to do that? Why should she have to go get a real job when the job she has pays her a lot of money? She shouldn't be just like bullied off the internet based on lies and stopped and prevented from doing her job. And then people that are like mad at her for making money or doing it are hypocritical because they're the same people that made a lot of money covering her to begin with. Just leave her alone. That's it. Leave her alone. If you want to go watch her live stream and like be supportive, be supportive. But if she makes you upset, just leave her alone. Nothing that you do online will change the situation that's currently happening right now. Nothing that you say will change. There's no rabbit hole here, Gregory. Literally, there's nothing to say. Nothing happened. Parents that were estranged created a false narrative about her, lied, and then spread it on you all over the internet. And tons of creators spread the story. Some of us figured out within a couple weeks it was all bogus. Other people continue to go on this wild goose chase trying to accuse her of crimes she didn't commit. Well, I'm not going to be the part of like trying to ruin a woman's life who's already got a husband that's in the hospital and she's in a foreign town that she doesn't know and she's not from and she's got all this upheaval in her life. I'm not going to be a part of that. So if that's what you want to be a part of, and if you followed this page because of this story, I'm not going to cover it. I don't have an interest in being like a part of this machine that like harasses her. I wish her the best. I truly hope that Vaughn does get better if it's possible. I hope that he gets off of TPN. Anyone that has had a loved one on TPN knows that it's not, you can't stay on TPN forever at all. You just can't. TPN is like a last resort that someone is on when their body has shut down, like when their GI system has shut down. And so it's the only way that someone can get nutrients. So he's in a very delicate stage right now. I haven't talked about her on this platform since August. There are content creators that are still making videos about her to this day. And I want other people to understand that, like, my platform is not built on covering influencers. It never has been. So I would much rather talk about the dangers out there that are real, and I don't see her as one. So if you want further updates, I would say go to her page and listen to her talk directly. I don't want to be the source of where you guys get your information from about a man that I don't feel like needs to be a story. Be nice to her. And yes, I made a mistake. And yes, I've owned my mistake. And yes, I contributed to the problem. And people will say, shame on you. Would you rather have me admit that I made a mistake and acknowledge that it wasn't cool and that I did follow a bad lead and acknowledge that? Would you rather me do that than just keep sending you down a bad lead and telling you a false story? Would you rather me admit my mistake and realize, yep, I'm going to be way more diligent the next time? Yeah, you bet. You bet I'm going to learn. You bet I've learned a lot. You bet. And yeah, I would much rather admit my mistake, acknowledge that I did it, apologize for what I've done, and say it has changed what I do. And I would also rather do that with the knowledge that if you're the one that keeps coming back to me to remind me that I did it when I've already apologized, I don't need to keep apologizing. I've already said I'm sorry. And if you think that, like, rubbing it in my face that, like, I did it will make me feel worse for already doing it, you can't. You're not going to make it feel worse, because at the time I felt terrible. It doesn't change anything. If it makes you feel better to say that I was wrong, great. I was wrong. And I'll admit it. So when people say that I don't admit when I'm wrong, you can say, yes, she does.
Something just does not feel right about this for me. Because, as I said, when Katie Joy was reporting on the story, okay, everything was all good. Until Molly Golightly made the video, I cannot confirm. Katie Joy saw red. She went on a tangent. She was manic about this. She posted over 30 times in less than a week on Molly Golightly. She was like pissed with Molly Golightly. Any chance that she had, she would go off on Molly Golightly. Then she went and she actually joined or was communicating with the dad in regard to building a case for him so he could get his kids. Now, as I said, I'm going to leave down in the description box this video that was done on Molly Golightly's channel, where there is so much that has been unveiled. You will be shocked, absolutely shocked, which leads me to believe maybe Katie Joy did get a cease and desist from Andrea McCray, or her attorney informed her everything that she did say about Andrea McCray, she could be sued for defamation. And to that, he advised her to send an apology letter to Dre McCray, because Katie Joy came out with some outlandish statements. Example, she murdered her husband when the poor guy is still here. Also, remember when she was all about Miss Letitia did her wrong, Miss Letitia this, Miss Letitia that? This is how Katie Joy still involved herself behind the scenes. And when this idiot, Nonsense on the Web, had this brilliant idea to put forth on the internet a certain financial issue, and she felt that she is going to get ahead of the story and put it out there and let people know, oh, this has nothing to do with what's going on with them being fraudsters. Now, this is, I'm saying what she was thinking in her head. So to that, Katie Joy went ahead and harassed Miss Letitia. And this is the post that she made to Miss Letitia. To which, why was Katie Joy now all of a sudden, how can one mother of Yvonne not help another mother of Yvonne, to going and harassing this woman? Do you guys know mental anguish Miss Letitia went through? She suffered Bell's palsy. She had to move. The harassment that she went through is unbelievable. Katie Joy doxed her. Katie Joy doxed Marvon, Senior, she brought out every bit of dirt that she could find on them. And for what? Because they didn't want to have no dealings with her anymore. So why all of a sudden now she's sending apologies to Andrea McCray? She's telling people if you don't like a certain person, don't watch them, to leave Andrea McCray alone. She did no wrong. So did Andrea McCray find out that Katie Joy was the one allegedly to put pressure on Yuma Police Department to reopen the case? Or maybe Andrea McCray found out that Without a Crystal Ball was helping the two girls' biological dad build a case for him to rip her two daughters away from her and give them to their dad? Possibly. Could possibly Andrea find out about that and she's not happy at all. Also, what you will find out in this video, which you guys, I highly suggest you go and watch. I'll leave a timestamp below. They found out the real reason why and how Katie Joy got back her refund from the GoFundMe. And as per usual, Katie Joy lied. They found out how Katie Joy had actually reported Andrea McCray to the Border Patrol because she learned through a video how Dre and Mavon were going over the border to buy narcotics. This will absolutely blow your mind. So I 100% encourage you to go and watch this, because at the end of the day, it wasn't really all about Molly and Justin and LB. They were truly helping that family or those family members, which I believe, that's my opinion. I take my hat off to them because they went above and beyond. How much money they made? Good for them. They put in the work. But you see, at the end of the day, Katie Joy feels a certain kind of way because she could not be part and parcel of that. She actually got found out for the true con artist and fraudster that she is, in my opinion. Because at the end of the day, you guys, nothing, absolutely nothing stays in the dark. And once again, this whole live that she did on her Facebook to tell people not to harass Andrea McCray. She's going through this whole situation with the husband, this bad situation. She didn't feel like that all along. Oh no, she didn't. Because if we go back to all the other mishaps that she had done, example, once again, Tati Westbrook, she could have easily said or sent an apology letter to Tati, but she didn't do that. She went all the way with that lawsuit and still lost. Todd Chrisley, same thing. She went all the way with that lawsuit. So did she feel, and she knew, fuck, I'm not going to go through another lawsuit. Let me just bite the bullet, apologize, and call it a day. Because to me it seems like finally Katie Joy is scared of somebody, and that somebody is Andrea McCray. So you guys, that's it. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another, and please, on your way out, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. And with that said, have a wonderful rest of your day, and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.